That just blew me away. This changes everything. An hour ago, we were talking $300. So what do you want for it?
$3,500 is what the man said.
It's somebody, not me.
Well, I'd take maybe $2,500.
I'd give you like $150.
That's I wouldn't come out ahead, would I?
My whole problem is I've been here over 20 years. No one has ever walked in the door and said, "Hey man, you got an ejection seat?"
Tomorrow might be the day. What if you don't have it?
To be honest, even if it's worth $3,500, it's not worth that to me. I don't have collectors coming in here looking for things like this. I promise you, if someone walks in tomorrow and wants an ejection seat, I'll give you a call. Hey, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks.
You.
I just finished meeting up with Rick in there, and he didn't buy my chair, but that's okay, because I found out this thing's worth $3,500, and I'm pretty stoked about that.
Earlier, a guy came in with a 1750 blunderbuss, and now we're going to meet with a buddy of mine to see if it's real.
Pleasure.
How's it going?
Good to see you again. I've known Rick and the boys for quite some time, and anytime they have an issue where they need a little bit of identification, anything from the 16th century, maybe through Civil War, they call me in and I help them out. The maker, which is right here, is hand engraved, and that says Brander. And Brander, I'm very familiar with. He was a London gun maker, and this would date between 1745 and, say, 1755. And this side plate is the same as the second model Brown Bess, which was the workhorse of the British military, especially during the American Revolution. Back in the day, you would have found blunderbusses used for coach defense, for naval boarding engagements. Here on the barrel, this mark here, the oval with the crown over V, is for viewed from the Tower of London. They would usually put 4 times the normal amount of powder in here to test the barrel strength. And if it passed, of course, they would proof it. Everything looks great as far as what you want to see in a true antique.
After Sean told me this gun was real, I was thinking 2 things. I'm happy it's real, but damn, it's going to cost me more money.
So what do you think it's worth? In an auction environment, something like this would be expected to bring anywhere between $3,500 and $5,500. That's great. In a more local situation, I would say between $2,500 and $3,000. Okay. Is this a local situation? Yes.
You think this thing still fires?
A lot of people have gotten hurt, even killed, not doing the proper procedures. However, under the proper circumstances, you could fire it, at a range with a range master. Any other questions?
No, I think we got it from here, man. Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Anytime. Pleasure. Thanks, Sean. Nice to meet you. You too. Okay, good luck. This blunderbuss is an antique. It's 250 years old. It's really cool. You can shoot anything you want out of it. Rick would be crazy not to buy it.
So what do you want for it?
Man, I'm thinking $3,000.
Keep on thinking.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it's worth in a nice retail store. Do you have a nice retail store?
No.
We got one.
You're not helping. You said you wanted a ring, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go $2,000 cash or $2,500 trade.
Yeah, I'll do the trade, man.
Okay, cool. Deal.
All right. I'm really happy with the sale. I have $2,500 trade at the shop, so I can get my girl a nice ring, and I got rid of the blunderbuss, so that's good.
Show me, can you do something with this piece of I might be old, but I heard that. Put another $1 in the jar.
The cuss jar has been in effect for 3 days now. Needless to say, it hasn't been easy for any of us.
Well, I got stuff.
Travis, you owe me some money. Thank you, Travis. Thank you for cussing, Chumley.
Hey, boss. Give me a break. The old man kills me. I mean, he sits back there on his high horse. I mean, he was in the Navy, for God's sakes. You ever hear the expression, swears like a sailor?
Hey, put another $1 in the jar. At the rate this cuss jar is filling up, I may be able to finally retire.
Hey, guys. Whoops.
What do we got here?
It's an original 66 Schwinn Stingray. I'm over here at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, seeing if I could pawn this 1966 Schwinn Stingray. Yeah, I need a little bit of money for rent. I'm hoping to pawn this for about $300 or $400.
You probably drove one of these when you were a kid, huh, Rich?
In 1971 for Christmas, I got a blue Stingray.
And we had a little tackle hanging down.
Seeing the 1966 Schwinn Stingray bassback coming today was just really cool. It brings me back. I mean, 1972, I had a Schwinn Stingray. Now, another cool thing about them is the way the frames were made. Nowadays, when you see a frame, you'll see the weld mark all around here. These were like brazed frames. There's no weld marks. It was just a cool bike. This was the fancier model, so that 5 speeds instead of 3.
I like just 1 speed, slow.
This was a racing bike in the 60s.
This bike was used to race?
Yeah, and as you can see here, it's just right here. These were common with early race bikes.
When those bikes first came out, having that stick shift in the center right there was thought to be the coolest thing ever.
These shifters were actually outlawed in late 73, 74, because I believe kids would wreck and whack their you-know-whats right here, and pretty much neuter the young men.
You want to pawn it or sell it?
Well, it's pawn. Gotta get some rent money.
So what did you want to pawn it for?
$450, I think we should pawn it for.
I really couldn't go $450 on it. I'll loan you like $300. A pawn is real simple. He's got 120 days to pick it up. I charge 10% a month interest and a $5 service charge. So if he picks it up in 2 months, he owes me $125, and he gets his bike and leaves.
That'll work. We'll pawn it for that.
All right, chum, you want to write the paperwork?
$300, right?
Yep.
All right,
I'll see you next week.
All right.
There will be on the
Noble pills will be gone before.
on car insurance.
The pictures back. Hello, how are you?
Okay, pretty good. What do we got here?
Autographed celebrity pictures back from years ago.
So where did you get these?
I got them from my aunt when she passed away. She was a Cobra dancer at the Sands Casino. I have about 15 signatures. I don't have that much sentimental value attached to the pictures, so I'm hoping to give about $400 for them.
You want to sell them or pawn them?
Come on, sell them.
All right. Carmen Miranda, Hank Williams, that's not something you see every day.
Yeah, it is not.
Jack Dempsey, Rudy Valley, Cesar Romero, he was young there, wasn't he?
Yeah, very young.
It's in great shape. I mean, this is just classic Vegas. This is when the town was just the you know what I mean? It was just, I just can't explain it. This book is great. This was when Vegas was in its heyday. You couldn't have gone to that show without a jacket and a tie and your wife in an evening gown. Who is Lois?
She's my aunt, the Cobra dancer. This is her.
She was a looker back in the day,
Yeah,
wasn't she?
she's a very beautiful woman. She also ran a brothel.
A brothel, did you say?
Yes, a brothel. My aunt was a madam in the early 60s. She was like the high-class brothel with mobsters that would be at the house. These men were at her house quite often.
Okay.
And they would stay there a lot.
Oh, that must have been an interesting house. So did she get these autographs at her house, or did she get them at the show?
She got him at the show.
This is some really cool stuff. What did you want for it?
I'm looking for $500 for him.
The problem I got with this is it's all in a book. And
Right.
Individually, they're worth a lot. You know, when they get a signature, they like to put it in a frame, put it on the wall.
Right.
I don't want to cut the book apart, but then I want to find someone to buy the whole book. $500. Will you take 300?
Take 4.
Okay, so $400 for all.
Yes.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's do some paperwork. I can only imagine the stories her aunt's got. I mean, in that era, with the Rat Pack, hey, I love it. I'm 99% sure this gun will work, but there's always that chance that it won't. And I hate to sell it to somebody and then bring it back 2 weeks later wanting their money back. There's only one way to find out if this gun truly works, and that's to shoot it.
You're going to put your main charge of powder in the muzzle. if you don't use the correct black powder, you have a hand grenade. The thing